Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. This year should be a special Sfas for Rabbi Yisrael Daniel ben Shena Dinan, Rabbi Gil Amir ben Penina, and Leili Nishmas for Alexander Zusha ben Rabbi Yosef. We'll be learning the Sfas Emes b'siyata d'shmaya, Tov Reish Lamed Aleph b'Medrash Asara Lishonos. It says in the Medrash that there are 10 Lishonos of Tefillah with which we are approaching Hashem, davening to Hashem. It says this. What are these 10 Lishonos? The Medrash says Shabbat Sa'aka Na'aka Rina Pgia Bitzur Kriya Nipo Pilo V'Tachanunim. 10 languages of tefillah. It says this Sfas Emes Hemadrachim ve'etzos lavo l'tefillah. These are the pathways and the advice how to get to tefillah. Ki tefillah atzmo eno b'chlal lashonos. One of the 10 lashonos isn't tefillah because the actual tefillah is coming afterwards. These are the 10 lashonos to help you prepare for tefillah. A complete revolution in our thought. That davening is not just about saying the words. Davening first and foremost means to prepare for tefillah. Ayin sham. Look there in the Medrash. It says tachen libam takshiv oznecha. It says that God, you prepare their heart and your ears listen. Zes siman l'tefillah, the Medrash says. This is a sign of tefillah. The kasha is Sfas Emes. Ki ze ikarat tefillah. It's not just the siman for tefillah. The tachin libam is the ikar tefillah. Ma'olosh and siman. What's the line? It's a sign. Ach ki achana amitis hu gam kein mi Hashem yisbarach. No, this is from God. K'tiv tachin ze siman hirgish she'igia lechavein libo lios nishboch libo noch pnei Hashem. It's the tachin libam is not talking about the actual davening. Tachin libam is talking about preparing for davening. If a person feels that his heart has come to be directed towards Hashem, to be mechuven to Hashem, that's the Iker Tefillah. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who is mechavein our leiv. And that's the tachin libam. We have to try to prepare our own heart, but on a higher madrega, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is helping prepare heart. That's why we have these 10 Lashonos, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should help us prepare for tefillah. We come before Hashem with Shabbat, Sa'aka, Na'aka, Rina, Pkia, Bitzur, etc. And we want Hashem to help prepare our heart. And if we feel that our heart is ready to daven for Hashem, that's a siman for tefillah be'emes. The hachanos l'tefillah, the preparations for tefillah, him al-hashonos, these are the languages. A person has to prepare himself to daven through tzedakah, to daven in order to be able to daven. Omerirus, person has bitterness, that's bitzur, but tsar, when a person has tsar, that is a hachana for tefillah, to prepare yourself for tefillah, and that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should be able to help you daven properly. Kamosh kasav zekash of Rashi, and that's what Rashi writes in the Medrash. Ki afal pi sheish l'tzadikim litlos ma'asei matov, even though tzadikim can hinge it on their own good deeds, they only ask for a matnas chinam. That's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that's what Moshe Rabbeinu said to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Va-eschanan, I was mischanen in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I asked for a matnas chinam. And because I asked for this matnas chinam, that is not told in my maisim tovim. I want a maisim, that's the Va-eschanan, this matnas chinam that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should help me daven. V'shamati b'shem harav mikotz kshiksha miyaktimani va-eschanan. He says, what's the pshat? It's mashman Rashi that tzaddikim can be told in the maisim tovim. They're just not. And yet the pasuk says in Eov, Memal of Gimel, miyaktimani, who came before me va-eschanan and I paid, meaning who was able to do anything before they were able to do a mitzvah. And you can't put on a mezuzah unless you have a house. You can't put on tzitzis unless you have a garment. So it's all from God. So what do you mean vashalim? How can they deserve it? Who earned it? Nobody. So it's all just a gift. So what's pshat that yes, they'll be able to be told in their maisim tovim? Pasuk says it's a gift. They don't really deserve it. Emes tamur, and really it's wondrous. Since a person has to ask, he definitely doesn't. It's not magielo. He doesn't deserve it al pidin. Otherwise, he wouldn't have to ask. So the Kotzker answered that Tiretz litlos masim tovim shiasu acharkach, that they want to be told it, they want to hinge it upon the good deeds they're going to do afterwards. And the words of the wise man are very, very charming. That pshat is that right now we're not worthy, but because of our future maisim tovim, that is what is going to make us worthy. So the pasuk in Eov was talking about right now we're not worthy, and the Rashi maisim tovim is talking about maisim tovim in the future. That in the Sfas, they're told in the Maisim Tovim in the future, that is what makes them worthy of having their tefillah answered. But Lahanal, the Sfas Emes is his own pshat, Asi Shapir, Ki Akol Panim, Lovel Amokum Tefillah, Bevadehim Dveikim Sham. V'zesham Relitlos. In other words, the Sfas Emes says that to come to a Mokum of tefillah, they're definitely davuk there. That's what it means, Litlos Maseim Atovim. Which means that the Medrash, that Rashi quotes, is talking about approaching God in prayer. That the tzaddikim have the schus to do. And yet they still ask God, we're supplicating to you, we're petitioning you, please Please do it for us. We're not roy. They say that they are not fitting to come mitzad their good deeds only through supplications, whereas the pasuk, which is saying they're not worthy, is the actual tefillah of their tefillah being answered. But the Rashi, which says that they are worthy, but they still ask for a va-eschanan, is talking about approaching God. So to approach God, they say, who are we to approach God? We're not worthy of approaching God. Come on, who are we? So the Kutzker, so the Sfas Emes says that they ask Meisim, that because they're Meisim Tovim, because of their Meisim Tovim, they can approach God. That's what makes them worthy. And yet they still ask for a va-eschanan. Even though they're worthy because of their Meisim Tovim of approaching God, they still ask for a gift that He should help them approach Him. And that's Va-eschanan. Whereas the pasuk, which says that they're not worthy of having their getting a reward, that means they're being paid. And that's talking about the actual tefillah. The actual tefillah, they're not worthy, even with their Meisim Tovim. That you need a special gift from God. But even to approach God, there they say they are worthy, the tzaddikim, they could be told in Meisim Tovim to approach Him. But they say, I want it to be a va-eschanan. So here we have this distinction between the approaching of God in tefillah, which is what this mimer is about, and the actual tefillah itself. Here we're talking about the approaching of God. Those are the 10 lashonos of tefillah mentioned in the Medrash. Va-eschanan Va-eschanan el Hashem beisihi lemor. I supplicated God at that time, saying, Shu achana l'tefillah. So this is the hachana, this is the preparation. That the man prepares his heart, that he was doing his hachanas to approach God. And then hopefully it will be tachan libam. God will go on a higher level and help his heart prepare. And truthfully, somebody who merits to come to this bechin of tefillah, to pour his speech out in front of Hashem, shifchi kamayim libech nechach b'nei Hashem, ein tefillah sebavadei rak l'shem shamayim. He's definitely l'shem shamayim, because he wants to spill out his heart to God. It's going to be l'shem shamayim. He doesn't remember what he wanted. He knows in front of the king. He doesn't care anymore about himself. He just wants to speak to God. So if you do your you prepare your heart, you want to spill your heart in front of God, then God is going to put the right words in your mouth, even if you forget what you wanted to ask for. Like, you meet a famous person and then you just forget, what you wanted to say. Go to a big tzaddik, you want to get a bracha, and all of a sudden you're tongue tied. That's the pasuk. We know it's a song. The man prepares his heart, and then we don't know what to say anymore. We're so ready to dive into God, and then then Hashem puts the right words in our mouth. And that's what Va-eschanan means. Eschanan, this petitioning, is a lashon nifal, is reflexive. He becomes himself mischanen. He prepared himself el Hashem, towards Hashem. The idea is not what he wants. The idea is to be mischanen. The idea is to supplicate, to petition, to ask for a va-eschanan, to tell God, I'm a nothing. Help me approach you. Help me. You're so prepared. El Hashem. The focus is that you're going towards Hashem. So that is a very, very beautiful mimer in the Sfas Emes about the Asar Lashonos of Tefillah, of being able to approach God, knowing that you're even though you could be told in Meisim Tovim, you still want God to help you, to bring you to an even higher level, and then having your tefillahs answered is certainly a gift from God. But basically, we're completely totally in Hashem. Both approaching Him, we need Him. I don't even know how many of us, certainly not me, I don't have Meisim Tovim, I could say I can approach you. But, and certainly to be answered, it all requires help from Hashem. Like there was once a tzaddik who said, Hashem doesn't help me with anything. You say, what? Hashem doesn't help you with anything? He said, Hashem does everything. That's what we're asking from Hashem. We're saying, listen, we're going to do our part, but at the end of the day, it's completely the ball's in your court. We're just going to prepare our hearts. We're going to Adam Archei Leiv, and then hopefully you're going to take it from there. And you're going to be able to be Tachan Libam, and you're going to be able to do Hashem Mane Lashon, and put the right words in our mouth. The ikar is that our focus, our job, is to just direct ourselves towards God and focus less on what we need, as they say, and more on what we are needed for. That was a very, very beautiful shtickle. We should be Zeicha Mitzvah Shem. There's so much more to do on Va-eschanan and the rest of Sfas Emes Al Torah. So hopefully we will learn together many more times. Hashem should give me the koach and the moach and the financial means. Lilmor Ulam Lishma V'Latzis for all of us. B'simcha v'tuv lev v'merav kol. Amen v'amen. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.